In a recent survey by CV Library, recruiters were voted the 8th least trusted professionals, appearing alongside the likes of politicians, journalists and paparazzi. But what is it that recruiters are doing that people find so unpalatable? And with 1 in every 67 limited companies registered in the UK being a recruitment company, why is it still such an attractive industry to start a business in? Well, in this video, I'll share with you 5 tricks unscrupulous recruiters employ that are leaving people less than enamoured with them, and explain to you how they enable them to make easy money, making it such a popular industry to join. Hi, it's Emily Gregson here at Signature Career Management, where we help FMCG businesses build market-leading commercial teams. If you're new to us, make sure you click on our logo and follow our company page for up-to-date market insight, career advice, recruitment tips and general all-round good content. But without further ado, let's get started. Whether it's sending unsolicited CVs, pushy sales calls, candidates ghosting, or promising the earth and delivering a lemon, nearly everyone can recall a bad recruiter experience. But considering how pivotal their role is in what can be expensive or even life-changing decisions, how have we ended up in a situation where practices are often woeful and recruiters are so commonly despised? Well, having been in the industry for over a decade, working for and encountering many different recruitment agencies, a few good ones, but a lot of bad ones, I'm going to let you into a few tricks of the trade that unscrupulous recruiters use to gain your trust and take your money. And I'll also show you how you may inadvertently be rewarding the very behaviour that you despise. Then if you stick around until the end of the video, I'll talk you through techniques you can use to decipher between the recruiters that are just after a quick buck and those that are serious about helping you with your job vacancies. So let's get on with it. Think about it. If you contact a couple of recruiters and one says you have unrealistic expectations for your job opening and one says they can definitely get you whatever you want, even if they can't, which one will you try at first? Now, what this little trick does for the recruiter is that they get the first crack of the whip, and in cost-focused, profit-led recruitment, this is everything, because they're focused on the low-hanging fruit. It doesn't matter if they only fill 1 in 3 roles that they're working at sub 15% fees. If they can get a head start on their competition, focus on active candidates and get the job turned around in 2 days, their figures stack up and they can still turn around a decent profit. Now this means that you may pick up the odd quick win yourself, but more often than not, you'll have to go back into the market and foot the associated cost of this. And that's because if your job opportunity goes back into the market again, sometimes multiple times with different recruitment agencies, not only will it take you a lot longer to fill your role, hitting you with the opportunity cost of having your positions vacant, but also candidates will get contacted over and over and over again and start wondering why you can't fill your role. This has a huge impact on your ability to attract talent to your business. There's only one person who benefits from this style of recruitment, and it's those picking up comparatively large fees for very little work, not you. But I only pay 12% fees and I get a great service. Of course you do, because you're the one who's paying the fees. But that's not where the trade-offs are made, and it's what's being hidden from you on the candidate side of things that you should be concerned about. Let's put it this way. Cost-focused, profit-led recruitment has its eyes entirely on the prize, and once candidates are no longer contributing to the chance of making a fee, they'll be cast aside. Whether it's lack of feedback or just outright ghosting, once applicants have no chance of making these types of recruiters any money, they're quite literally dropped. This means that candidates are suffering so you don't have to, but this can be hugely detrimental to your long-term ability to attract talent. Cost-focused recruiters are happy. They earn a fee with minimal work. You're happy because you get a decent service, but unsuccessful candidates are left thoroughly let down by the experience that they've had with you, and in the hyper-connected job space, this could be destroying your employer brand. For your business, out of sight, unfortunately, doesn't necessarily mean out of mind, and if you check the IBM report in the link in the comments of this YouTube video, the impacts of a poor candidate journey are far-reaching. Now, technically, this might be true, but the term network is vastly overstated in cost-focused, profit-led recruitment. Ultimately, anyone who wants to can access a huge network of candidates. 12 million CVs on Reed, 21 million profiles on Total Jobs, 760 million users on LinkedIn. The list goes on. But a network is only as valuable as the people who are prepared to listen to you. And trust me, candidates are bombarded on a daily basis with job opportunities, particularly the ones who are in high demand. So the vast majority of approaches that they get go straight into the bin. Just think how you deal with unsolicited messages. Now, maybe they're referring to their internal databases, but the same applies. These candidates appear on hundreds of databases due to the fact that anyone can use multiple sources to farm CVs. How else do you think candidates get approached over and over again for the same position? But to get candidates to actually listen to an opportunity, you need credibility, and it doesn't take long for a cost-focused approach to lose that. Now, like I mentioned in my first point, there's a huge race in cost-focused, profit-led recruitment to get candidates over to clients as quickly as possible to try and claim ownership. And what that means is that often agencies won't wait until they've spoken to a candidate before they fire a CV over for a job. The problem for businesses is that candidates don't respond particularly well to being caught in a tug-of-war bun fight. Now, that's assuming they even know they've been offered up for an opportunity in the first place. Often, old versions of CVs can be sent to avoid the danger of another recruiter getting in first. But this means you may get an outdated version. Businesses may actually be discarding candidates who could be good for a position due to a lack of relevant information. But that's not the biggest problem. Sharing CVs without a candidate's knowledge is an offence, and if clients read them, share them, or just hold on to them, they're complicit in the processing of this data, and no amount of pleading ignorance is going to work as a defence. Cost-focused recruiters are a GDPR ticking time bomb, and the ICO are desperate for someone to make a scapegoat. So accepting unsolicited CVs from cost-focused recruiters leaves you wide open. If you want more details, just check out the link in the notes of this YouTube video, and you'll see I highlighted this problem 2 years ago. Like I mentioned, cost-focused, profit-led recruitment is about the short-term wins, and most of these tricks of the trade are geared towards maximising these gains. That means saying whatever it takes to get candidates in front of clients, then continuing along that vein to do whatever they can to make the placement stick. Whether it's inflating the salary package, sexying up the opportunity, brushing over the challenges, or overstating opportunities, transparency is an alien concept to cost-focused, profit-led recruiters, which is probably one of the main reasons that they're featured on the list of least trusted professionals. The motto of a cost-focused recruiter is very much you've got to be in it to win it. But that can end up wasting a lot of time for candidates and clients alike, and even worse, can result in placements that just don't last. When you're dealing with people, emotions, ambitions, cultures, and all of the other intricacies of professional relationships, there are no quick fixes and no shortcuts. Anyone who tells you otherwise shouldn't be trusted, and judging by the poll at the start of this video, they aren't. So if you don't trust recruiters, don't try and minimise your risk by aiming for low-cost recruitment, as this is just playing into their hands and making the problem worse. Find a different way of working that focuses on long-term relationships, not short-term sales. So that's my list of tricks you need to be wary of. It's by no means an exhaustive list, because I'd be here all day if I was going to do that. But how do you spot which recruiters to avoid? Well, like many things in life, if it sounds too good to be true, it generally is. These businesses aren't being bankrolled by a wealthy philanthropist who gets his kicks from filling jobs. Like everything, you get what you pay for. So if someone's offering you low fees, they're likely using tricks of the trade to make it viable or cutting costs somewhere else. What you need to be conscious of is that when corners are being cut, they can have huge implications further down the line. The key to spotting the difference between a good recruiter and a cost-focused, profit-led recruiter who's just trying it on by inflating their price is detail. Detail is the enemy of the cost-focused recruiter because it's time-consuming, and time is money. If your recruiter is interested in a little more than a job title, salary package, and getting a job description off you, there's a big clue that they're not really interested in the detail. They just want to get the opportunity out to the masses as quickly as possible. It should take a good hour to get sufficient detail into your opportunity, team, challenges, and what good looks like in your organisation. Because in the absence of detail and a quality approach, you're relying on your job title and salary package to attract talent, which is not just ineffective in the short term, but attracts people to your business for all the wrong reasons. So again, you might save a few quid on an agency fee, but the cost implications can be huge later down the line. So the trick I suggest you use to spot a good recruiter is monitor how much detail that they want from you, because if it's minimal, they're likely just in it for a quick fee. That's it for now, but if you'd like more information about how to avoid the pitfalls of cost-focused, profit-led recruitment, or would like some more insight into how a quality-driven approach can give you a competitive edge in talent attraction, just don't hesitate in getting in touch.